Hello, Attorney Prashanti.
Hello.
For H1B visas, is the end-client letter still mandatory? I heard there was a memo and the employer-employee relationship no longer exists. I also heard that USCIS is planning to bring this regulation back.
So right now, you have to show that when you're filing a H1B that it's a specialty occupation, and you have to show that there is work available in the specialty occupation. So you cannot file a speculative H1B. So you can't file a petition by not explaining what the person will actually do and showing proof of it. USCIS can still ask you what is the uh, beneficiary going to be doing, and what is proof that you have enough work for the beneficiary to be able to do that kind of work. So some kind of proof is still required. We are still submitting. So we're not necessarily submitting end-client letters, but something, an MSA or a purchase order in the case of the end-client situation. And in the situation where there's a consulting company, we are submitting those kind of documents to show that they'll be working at the end client. But it doesn't necessarily have to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be all of the above. Anything to show that there is work is sufficient. But also, I have been noticing, especially in CAP cases, that even without submitting any documentation, the USCIS is approving cases. But what is happening is that I think they are being strict again once the H1 gets approved. So they are kind of regulating it post-approval. Either at the consulate they're asking for documentation, or after approval, the FDNS visits have increased quite dramatically. So they are sending out FDNS officers to verify where the person is working. And that's how they are kind of maintaining the whole veracity of the H1B system. So things have changed a little bit. But yes, you're right. They might come back. We don't know as yet. But there is some pending proposed regulation that will bring back this whole employer-employee relationship thing. But it's still not certain, so we have to wait and see what happens.
All right, thank you for answering that question.